Good morning, good evening, good night. This is my Phantom Knights first place deck profile at locals this week. Um, this is a very nice list where no scythe, no problem. No DPE, no problem either. Let's go. However, the particular card I like to run instead is number F0 Utopic Draco Future, and if you can't afford this card either, then this might not be the correct deck list. However, you can still run something like Dark Requiem instead as a more budget alternative. And the list will remain largely the same. However, without wasting any more of your time, let's get into it. Alright, starting off, we got the Phantom Knight stuff. Triple Torn Scales, triple Boots, double Cloak, and 1 Gloves, 1 Stain Greaves. I'd say it's a pretty solid Phantom Knight ratio. Like, I mean, if you see any other deck profiles, or even any of my other deck profiles, shameless plug, go have a look at them. This is sort of the ratio that they're always running. Maybe 2 of these and cutting this, but I'd say that this is really good. This card came up a lot for me today, especially in a lot of different combos, like with Boots here and with Stain Greaves. It was really good to help me push for games with something like Arc Rebellion. For the traps, I play triple Fogblade, 1 Wing, 1 Shade Brigandine. You can probably cut one of the Fogblades if you want to. I just personally like 3. But this deck is 41 cards, so if you like that 40 card exactly, you can just sort of cut the last one of these. Wing's a great extender. Shade Brigade's a great extender. There's not much else to say there. 1 Rhoda, of course, just sort of search all of them. And something like Kagamucha Knight. Speaking of which, we got the triple Tour Guide and the double Kagamucha Knight. Kagamucha Knight goes really well with Tour Guide because it chain blocks its normal summon effect from Ash, so that's pretty neat. And what you will normally summon off of Ash is Graf, Seer, Libic. Libic is here in case you draw, like hard draw Seer or Graf. So yeah, that's Libic's utility. It's not as much as a brick as like people would make it out to be, like in this sort of more pure variant of Phantom Knight. Like, it's good. It's still pretty good. And if push comes to shove, you could just use it as an extra extend. Next to the rest of the level 3 extenders, we've got the 1 Junk Forward, the 1 Psychic Wielder, and the 2 Psychic Tracker. I like 2 Tracker because I play 3 E-Telly, so if I play 3 Psychics, or if I play 3 E-Telly, I may as well play 3 Psychics. And Junk Forward is just a great no monsters sort of special summon starter. It's very good. I wouldn't not run it. Maybe you could consider running 2. It's pretty good. For the hand traps, we just run the triple Ash Blossom, 1 Ghost Ogre. I don't really like to run anymore because of the rest of my, quote, flex spots, end quote. Yeah, speaking of those, I play double Cosmic, triple Dark Ruler, and 1 Called by the Grave. Triple Dark Ruler would be something like triple Droplet instead, but if you can't afford Droplets, Dark Ruler's pretty good, and if you even can't afford Dark Ruler, then something like Forbidden Chalice is also pretty good in a metagame like this, especially because of Artifact Scythe being the problem card that it is. Yeah, that's it for the main deck. There's nothing really too special about that, so let's just move on to the extra deck real quick. Extra deck consists of 1 Cherubini, 1 Rusty Bardish, 1 Appaloosa, 1 Code Talker. You can cut this and like play Boral Sword or something instead. It doesn't need to be Access Code Talker. It's just better for the deck, but you don't need it. 1 Nightmare Unicorn and 1 Dark the Dark Charmer. This card's insane. Dark the Dark Charmer actually like won me so many games today. There was one round where I stole Hot Red Dragon Archfiend off of my opponent, and oh man, that was beautiful. And then I think I pushed for game next turn. I don't know. But this card is fantastic, especially with Dark being the most used and popular attribute in the game. Fantastic. Going on to the Xyz, we played the double Leviair, the 1 F0, and the other F0. Well, 1 F0, 1 Utopic Draco Future. This guy's a beast. This guy negates monster effects and steals a monster if they're on the field, like controlled by your opponent. I'd say that's pretty wild. But also, he is immune to battle and card destruction effects. That is pretty insane. Unfortunately, he can still be targeted, but I mean, if he couldn't be, then he'd be ban-worthy, definitely. For the rest of these, we play the double Break Sword, the 1 Raider's Knight, the 1 Arc Rebellion, and the 1 Zeus. Zeus didn't really come up too much, that's why like I removed Downer Magician from my last list to go with Dark Charmer instead. Arc Rebellion, I don't know why people don't play this more. This steals me games for free. like in terms of damage, and because of like he's a really big body, immune to destruction effects. I just think he's really good. Double break sword I think is pretty good. If you play any less than that, I think it's a bit frail, especially because like I run the Raiders Knight thing. I just think it's nice to have the 2 break sword. Yeah, and that's it for the main and extra deck. Side deck real quick, I guess, just in case you're curious. I was playing the double Ghost Ogre, for the rest of the Ogres. Triple Nib, triple Lancia, 120, 1 Cyclone, 1 Feather Duster, 1 Reboot, and triple IDP. Last week this was Anti-Spell Fragrance. I just wanted to try something different with the IDP. It sort of worked out whenever I was going first. I just decided out Dark Ruler instead. And the rest of it's just sort of swap your flex spots, or maybe just a couple of random cards that don't work against your particular matchup, and then just, you know, that's how you side deck, really. Yeah, that's it for the profile. If you enjoyed, give it a like, appreciate it, and have a nice day. See you later.